Hey artists, today off of the supply table you're going to get one messy paper and one paintbrush, and you're also going to get back your pumpkin drawing from me. In last class you should have drawn a pumpkin that had 5 sections to it, and then we also lightly drew a line going down the center of each of them. Now if it's in the middle, like this middle section, it just went down the middle. If it was one of these ones on the side, notice how it curves. Okay, that is really important. That's going to help make your pumpkin look 3D when we go to paint. Now at your tables you have a bunch of different colors. Okay, you have tints on one side, shades on the other, and I had the tint and shade right across from each other. So here's a tint of red, here's a shade of red, tint of orange, shade of orange. Okay, you can use the colors in any order that you want. Maybe I'm going to start with yellow, so I'm going to get a little bit of yellow in my brush, and I'm going to paint one side of my pumpkin with tints. So I'm choosing to do this left side, this tint of yellow. That means the left side of every section is going to be the tint. When I'm ready to switch colors, wash out my brush in the water bowl, just giving it some bounces on the bottom, and then give it a couple wipes on the sponge. 1, 2, 3. And now I can use the shade, which is going to go right next to it. And actually, maybe I'll come back to that shade. Maybe it'll be better if I let that dry for a couple minutes. So maybe I'll do all of my tints first. Maybe I'll do some orange right here. Remember, I'm doing the left side. If you want to do the right side, that's fine. You just need to be consistent with it. Maybe I'll do some lavender. Lavender is a tint of purple. Once again, sticking to the left side. It might be a good idea to do all your tints first. Tints tend to get dirty quicker because they are lighter. So you might want to do those before those paints accidentally get dirty, or your water bowl gets all super duper dirty with paints, and then do the shades afterwards. After I have all my tints done, now I can go in and do my shades. That's just going to give my tints a little bit of time to dry, so that way they're not accidentally mixing like what was happening before. So now let's come in and try to paint that shade. Shade is going to be on the right side because I chose to do the left side for all of my tints. Notice how oftentimes I outline my shape first. Outline the edge. And that gives me that nice smooth edge, and then I can go in and I can fill these in. Like that. Wash, 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 wipe, wipe, wipe. Remember to do that every single time you change colors. Careful not to drip on your artwork. Yeah, your tints might not be completely dry, just do your best not to mix them. Like I said, I would start with your tints first, then do your shades, because if they do end up starting to mix together a little bit, those shades will cover up the tints a little bit better. After you have your whole pumpkin painted, I have tints on one side, shades on the other. Last thing I need to do is my stem, and there are a couple different options you can do. So you can either use brown for your stem, or you can use the color that you didn't use. So we had 5 sections to our pumpkin, and there are 6 different groups of colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I didn't use blues on my pumpkin. I could also just take my blue that I didn't use and paint that as well. So I could do that all brown. I could do this all a tint of blue. I could even actually give my stem a little bit of a shade and highlight now that I think about it. So maybe I'll go just like this. And that will kind of give that stem a little sense of form too. Okay, when you are all finished, these are going to go in the drying rack. Please be sure to put your brush in the dirty brush bin and clean up after yourself.